Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to be talking about a couple player props I like for the NFL game on Monday night between the Cowboys and the Bucs. Now I haven't made a Prize Picks video specifically for like just one game for these primetime games. I was making them a lot at the beginning of the season, and then when NBA started, I kind of stopped making NFL videos for all the primetime games. But I do want to get back into making NFL videos, now that the playoffs are here. I know a lot of you guys are going to be watching these NFL games. A lot of you guys probably are looking for some plays for some of these games. And we did make a video on Friday giving out a couple plays I liked for the full slate of games for Saturday, for Sunday, and then for Monday. We gave out 3 picks in that video. So far, we've hit both of our picks. We have one more pick left that we need that we'll talk about in this video. But in that video on Friday, we did give out DK Metcalf over 4.5 receptions. That play hit on Saturday. Then in Sunday's game, we did play Josh Allen's over fantasy score. That play also cashed on Sunday. So, hopefully you guys caught that video on Friday, giving out a couple NFL plays I liked for the full wildcard slate. But I did want to make a video specifically for tonight's game between the Cowboys and the Bucs, and I got 2 picks that I'm going to give out in this video. Now, one of the picks I'm going to give out in this video is a pick that I shared, in my previous video, but I'll share it again in this video just because it is for this game. But there's another play I found that I like for this game that we will talk about in a second. But as always, guys, before we talk through the plays I like for this game tonight, as always, if you guys enjoy these Prizepicks videos, please hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you have not checked out Prizepicks yet, you can sign up with my promo code Noah. If you do look at the bottom of the screen, when you sign up with my promo code Prizepicks, they will match your first deposit up to $100. Definitely check them out if you guys have not yet. They're a player prop site, a little bit different than your average sports book. On sports books, you have odds and you're betting with odds. On Prizepicks, there's no odds. It's a fixed payout, so no matter what props you take, no matter if you take over or under, more or less, it all pays out the same. You can make a 2-pick entry, or you can make up to a 6-pick entry, and you can win up to 25x your money on Prizepicks. So give them a try, guys. Use that promo code Noah when you sign up, and you will get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through the 2 plays that I do like for this Monday Night Football game. Hopefully, it'll be a good one. So far, pretty much besides the Seahawks and the Seahawks 49ers game, besides that game, really all the games this weekend have been really fun to watch. They've been, down to the wire. They've been close. So hopefully we get another good game on Monday night here. I think we will. But the first play I like from this game is going to be in the receiving yard category. And I want to talk about Mike Evans' receiving yards, currently set at 60.5 on Prizepicks. And I do like Mike Evans to go over this line of 60.5. I think this line is a little bit too low. If you compare this line to some of the sports books, specifically DraftKings Sportsbook, they currently have Mike Evans receiving yards set at 65.5. So you are getting a little bit of a discount. You're getting a 5-yard discount on Prizepicks compared to what DraftKings Sportsbook has. Maybe Prizepicks will bump this sometime on Monday. We'll have to see. Definitely wanted to go ahead and get it out to you guys at 60.5 before it potentially could get bumped. But you look at Mike Evans and the season that he's had this year. You look over his last 5 games. It's definitely been like an up and down season for Mike Evans. He's been kind of injured this season. I think he's been in and off on and off the injury report. I don't think he's like missed a ton of games, but he's been banged up a lot. He's been injured. He's off the injury report heading into this game. He got a full practice in on Thursday. He seems to be good to go. Their last game against Atlanta, I don't know what happened. He wasn't even going to play much in that game against Atlanta. The starters didn't really play but like a couple drives. But Evans, I don't think really played at all in that game. They really didn't need him to play anyway. I think he had like an illness that he was dealing with last week against Atlanta. But he seems to be good to go heading into this playoff game. Again, he got a full practice in on Thursday. And we saw in the most recent game that he played in against Carolina, he was amazing. I mean, it was his best game of the season. He had 207 receiving yards, had 10 catches, got 3 touchdowns, saw 12 targets in that game. We've really seen the volume be there for Mike Evans as of late. You look over his last 4 games, 9, 9, 8, and 12 targets. He continues to get the volume. We know that Tom Brady really locks in on Mike Evans, on Chris Godwin. Those are going to be the 2 guys that get most of the targets in this Buccaneers offense. Now, sure, they have Julio, they have Russell Gage. I'm pretty sure they have like everyone healthy heading into this playoff game. So Tom Brady's kind of got his full amount of his full allotment of weapons heading into this game. But clearly, we've seen in the past it's going to be Evans and Godwin, the 2 guys that get most of the volume and probably will lead the team in targets more times than not. And 60.5 receiving yards, this is a line that Mike Evans has gone over in a good amount of games. Over his last 5, he's only gone over this in 2 out of 5, but he has gone over it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 games this season, I believe, out of 16 or 17. About half of his games this season, he's gone over this line. But there have been a couple of games where he's been like just short of 60.5. There was a game he had 59, a game he had 54 yards. There was a game where he had 42. So there's been a couple games where he's come up just short. I know there's also been some games where he's gotten like injured mid-game. So obviously, injury, we don't want to look too much into that. But when Evans is healthy, when he plays a full game, he's going to get the volume. He's gotten the volume the last few weeks. He's been getting a ton of targets this season. The guy's averaging like close to double-digit targets per game. I think it's a good spot for Mike Evans here. I think this game could definitely be somewhat high scoring here between the Cowboys and the Bucs. This game does have a pretty high total. It's got a 45.5 total. So, I think we could see points scored in this one. I think Mike Evans, now that he's fully healthy heading into this game, I like his chances of getting 61 receiving yards. You look at like Tom Brady's passing yard prop, it's set at 274.5. If Tom Brady throws for 270 passing yards, where are those passing yards going? My lean would say a lot of them are going to be going to Evans and Godwin. Those are going to be the two guys getting like a lot of the receiving yards. Evans' line's 60.5, Godwin's is set at 68.5. And, you got K. Dottins at 22.5, Rashad White. They got a lot of guys that can get the ball to, but again, like I said at the beginning, Evans and Godwin are the two guys that Brady really locks into. Those are the guys that get most of the volume. And when Brady's throwing the ball 45, 50 times a game, there's a very good chance Evans and Godwin can go over these receiving yards. Specifically, Evans is the guy that I like tonight. So going to be taking Mike Evans to have more than 60.5 receiving yards as our first pick for today. And then again, the play I like to pair with that, we talked about this play in my last video that I made on Friday, but I will discuss it once again in this video. Dak Prescott and Tom Brady want to play them to combine for more than 3.5 passing touchdowns. So this is a new prop that Prizepicks has added. They had the rush plus receiving touchdowns that they had, like, you could bet on like receivers and running backs to combine to have one touchdown. So you have like CeeDee Lamb and K-Dot. And, do you think they're going to one of those two guys to score a touchdown? You either can say more or less. If you think they do, you say more. If you think they don't, you say less. But now they've added quarterbacks. So you can take quarterbacks to combine for a certain amount of passing touchdowns. And Prizepicks has the line set at 3.5 for Dak and Brady here. And I think we'll see these guys combine for 4 passing touchdowns. You look at the odds on DraftKings Sportsbook. This is something I talked about in my last video. Right now on DK Sportsbook, Tom Brady, his passing yard touchdown prop, set at 1.5. It's heavily favoring the over though, minus 150 on the over 1.5 touchdowns for Tom Brady. And then Dak Prescott, his line is also set at 1.5, and it's pretty much even money right now. So more times than not, I would say I would think Dak and Brady can combine for 4 touchdowns. I think there's a good chance they could both throw 2 here. I think there's a chance that maybe Brady throws 3, Dak throws 1, or maybe Dak throws 3, Brady throws 1. Maybe by some chance, Dak throws 4 or Brady throws 4. That's always a possibility. But combining for 4 touchdowns is something that I definitely could see happen here. We know the Bucs are one of the most pass-heavy offenses in the league. I think they actually do. They lead the league in pass attempts per game this season. They've just been throwing the ball a ton. And you look at Brady's like pass attempt prop, it's set at 42.5. Brady's going to drop back 40 plus times, even when they get like in the red zone near the goal line. It's not a guarantee they're just going to turn around and hand it off to the running back, to Fournette or Rashad White. They will definitely run pass plays near the goal line. In the red zone, they'll run pass plays. They're just a very pass-heavy offense. Now, the Cowboys, on the other hand, they do like to run the ball with Zeke and with Pollard. But, Tampa Bay has historically been a tough team to run on, especially like up the middle with, Vita Vea, really good run stuffer. I don't know if this is going to be a spot where where Dallas has a ton of success running the ball on this Tampa Bay defense. So I think we could see Dallas air it out here. I think Dak could definitely throw for 2 touchdowns in the spot. You look over his last 5 games, he's thrown for at least, I didn't mean to pull up his pass attempts prop. You look over his last 5 games for his touchdown prop, he has thrown at least 2 touchdowns in 3 out of his last 5 games. The game against Washington was just terrible. The Cowboys offense looked horrible in that game. And then the game against Houston, that was a game where like the running backs did all the damage, I think. And their defense, I think, also had some scoring as well. I know they put up a good amount of points on Houston that week, but a lot of those points didn't come through Dak. But Dak has thrown 23 touchdowns this season. You look over like last 5 games, he had 2, 3, 3. Prior to that Houston game, he had 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. So he had 2 plus passing touchdowns in 5 straight games prior to the Houston game. He had been on a roll. Now heading into the playoffs and what could be a shootout against the Bucs, I like Dak's chances of throwing 2 touchdowns. I like Brady's chances of throwing 2 touchdowns. again, we don't need both guys to throw for 2. There's just ways this could go. Dak could throw 3, Brady could throw 1, Dak could throw 1, Brady could throw 3. They could both throw for 2. We just need them to combine for 4 passing touchdowns. And in a game with a pretty high total, 45.5 total, 2 teams that are relatively good at stopping the run, I definitely think we could see these offenses air it out a little bit more. We know Tampa Bay is going to throw the ball a ton. They're one of the, again, most pass-heavy offenses in the league. Dallas, I think we could see them lean a little bit more on their passing game as well. They're heading into this game fully healthy. They got all their weapons. So that's what I like as our kind of 2-pick entry for this Monday Night Football game, guys. You're going to be playing light on this 2-pick entry. This is not a game where I'm going to be just betting a ton of props, but I did like these 2 plays. I did want to share these 2 plays with you guys for this game. But again, I want to continue to make NFL videos all throughout the playoffs. I know this weekend we're going to have the divisional round, so we'll have like 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. I'll try and make a video for like maybe both games on Saturday, and then I'll try and make a video for both games on Sunday. If I can't do that, then I'll definitely try and at least get 1 video up for all the games. But I want to start getting some NFL content back on the channel now that now that the playoffs are here, and I know a lot of you guys are going to be watching these playoff games. You probably want some picks to play, so obviously you want to share some picks with you guys that I'll be playing myself. And I do want to try and make an NBA video for today as well. I know there's some early NBA games, like there's some day games today for NBA, but I do want to try and get an NBA video out. That should be up probably sometime early Monday afternoon. Wanted to get this video up the night before, recording this on Sunday night. But as always, guys, hope you enjoy these Prizepicks videos. Hope you do find them helpful. If you guys enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And again, go check out Prizepicks. You guys can sign up for Prizepicks. Use my promo code NOAH. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. Definitely, check them out if you guys have not yet. But wish you the best of luck on this on the slate, guys. Hopefully, we can have a good game tonight. Hope you guys all enjoy the Monday Night Football game, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.